David Boland from Racing's Inside Track TV, and I'm here at Goffs Flat Foal Sale, and I'm joined by Tom Malone. How are you, Tom?
I'm great form, yeah.
Very good. Tom, you're very busy at the minute and things are going well for you?
Yeah, flat out. It's been a breakthrough year, really. The national hunt side of things, which will be my main game, they're flying. We're getting plenty of graded winners, and we had 6 winners at Cheltenham this weekend, which is phenomenal. I really enjoyed that. We unearthed a couple of potential festival chances at the weekend, and that's what we do. This is a bit different, back to the flat now. I enjoy buying the flat horses. Myself and a few friends have got together with the hope of turning a few flat foals, decent strong money flat foals, into strong money yearlings, hopefully.
Okay, and sticking with the National Hunt for the moment,
yeah.
Finian's Oscar, who was very impressive last week.
Yeah.
He was a horse that you bought, and he looks the real deal, doesn't he?
He does, he really does, and I don't think he knows how good he is yet.
Okay.
He's exceptional, he is. Like, what happened at the weekend is they went no gallop really in a small runner novice chase, and Paul Nicholls' horse Move at the times. He's a decent animal. He was second in a Betfair hurdle last year, and Paul fancied him. He'd improved so much from his first run to his second run, and Barry played a canny game. He turned the bend and gave one kick at Finian's and winged the second last and left Finian's 2 lengths behind. But then Brian grabbed hold of Finian's and gave him a smack and went down and winged the last, and off he went. He was given £8 to a very good horse in Move at the times. He's exceptional, Finian's Oscar, and I don't think he even knows how good he is.
And I know he had a run, Finian's Oscar, in Chepstow, but you wouldn't really call it much of a run either, because it was so easy for him either. So it was a fair performance then at the weekend.
I think it was, because he's still a big green idiot, he is.
Okay.
You know, he still needs to know how to race and all that. He can do it.
Okay.
He's not very streetwise with it at the minute.
Okay.
And yet he's only been beaten once in his life, and he should have won that in Punchestown.
Yeah.
So he really should be unbeaten in his life now, that horse. And good horse, only good horses can do that. Like, he's, I don't know, is that six times he's ran now, 5 wins, or 7 times and 6 wins. He's very, very good.
So a lot to look forward to him for the year ahead, and plenty of other horses. You've bought so many, you've so many winners, and plenty of graded winners and grade ones, and even a Group 1 on the flat as well you've had. Yeah,
we ended up having 329 winners last year in the calendar year. We're already on 354 this year, so we're thriving. I doubt we'll get to 400, but it's phenomenal when I sit down and think about it. And my dream boat won the Prince of Wales at Royal Ascot. I bought Casper Netcher out of Breeze Ups. He won the German Guineas, the Mill Reef, the Greenham, the Jim Crack. He was a hell of a little horse, he was, owned by Charles Wentworth. Look, you're still looking for the same horse, whether it be a jumping horse or a flat horse. You want an athlete.
Yeah. And then tell us a little bit about what you do day to day.
Well, someone said to me one day, what do you do when you're not at the sales? Like, as if there was nothing to do. I mean, you know, catalogues, they're sale every 2 weeks now, really. The catalogues are there. There's so much to be done. I travelled all the yards to see them prior to them running. I spend most of January and February every year in France and Ireland looking at all of the stock in the main yards that are going to run in the next 6 months. So that when it happens on a Sunday or a midweek in France even, I don't have to get on a plane to see if I like them. I already have footage of them. I already know I've seen them. So you can make an informed decision. You've already researched their pedigree, you've watched the race, so you can, if someone wants it to be sold there and then, I can make a decision. And that's a big help.
And like you said, you're coming over to see the point-to-pointers then before they run, and it's thriving at the minute, isn't it?
Sure, it's phenomenal, it is. But you only have to look at the success that they're having. They're winning races left, right and centre every week, Saturday through to midweek. And some of them horses are horses that didn't even win point-to-points in Ireland. So that tells you the strength and depth of the Irish point-to-point scene. Like, I have a very good filly I bought from Shark Handling called Posh Trish. I bought her after winning. Shark told me last February she was a machine, and he said he was going to run her in Lemonfield, and then I'd been to 3 or 4 other yards and they said they had a filly that was a machine and she was going to Lemonfield. I thought, ooh, alright, this is going to be a hell of a good race, this is. So I made sure I was there. To say the ground was unraceable in Lemonfield last February, March I think it was, is an understatement. The rain that came down that day, I'll never know it, and she loved it. And she went to the sales and I bought her for 130 grand, and I actually thought on the night she was value, and she won in bumper and entry, and she won last weekend in Cheltenham with bumper, and she's a champion bumper quality filly, and she's a hell of a filly, she is.
130 doesn't seem that expensive now.
Not now, they're all expensive till they prove otherwise. So.
And do you I suppose you can't, because you're going in and your best intentions, but how do you feel, how do you deal with when a horse doesn't do what you think it's going to do? And
hate it, because I tell an owner to buy one and I advise them to buy it, so I don't, nobody takes it well. You won't last long in this game if you're not unhappy about losing. And it's the mentality I've had since I arrived in England for the people I've worked for. I worked for Martin Pipe. It was not about being second, it was about winning, and I think that brushed off onto me a lot. All I want to do is win. It doesn't matter if you're in Taunton on a Tuesday or at Cheltenham on a Saturday and Sunday. I want to win. I want to be there leading in winners with the owners and enjoying the success with them as well.
And I see so many of the horses that are win, whether it be the small day or the big day, you're always there, and you have to be, I'm sure.
If I'm not at a sale, I do my best to get my morning's work done and get to the races. I love to go racing because they're the days I can sell them to owners as well. So I'll always have horses in my head what I want to sell, and you never know. If you're not, the harder you work, the luckier you get. It just keeps opening up doors. If I don't go racing, I'm not going to sell one sitting watching racing in the afternoon, am I? So I might as well go racing, and that's when you meet people.
And last week at Cheltenham, a great sale. Horses sold for some very big money, and you were busy yourself. You got a few nice horses.
Yeah, I did. I bought a getaway trump for 90 grand, and I thought he probably slipped through the net really on the night. Sean Doyle had a phenomenal sale with Know the Score. He was a Flemensford with a massive pedigree. I underbid him. He cost 380,000 and David Pipe bought him. So like I said to Dave after the sale, well, I'll be there to pat you on the back and give you a bit of moral support when he's running, Dave, because when you buy them horses that cost that money, the pressure is unbelievable to start with, and everyone wants to see them do well. It's the game, isn't it?
And at that sale last year, you bought Finian's Oscar for 250,000.
Yeah, and funnily enough, I told everyone I was going to buy him for Alan Potts, and I think it worked in our favour on the night. I told Alan I was going to do it.
Scared a couple of people off.
Well, I think it did, because they knew there's no point in taking him on, you're not going to buy it. So they all went in different directions, and there was horses made more than Finian's Oscar on the night. Polly Roy, who's with Gordon Elliott, who's a decent horse in his own right, he made 300 grand on the night, and I think in hindsight it was a ploy that worked, because there was no point in taking Alan on, because Lord rest his soul, when I told him to buy one and he said, do you want to buy it, Tom? And I'd say yes, he'd said buy it. It wasn't being flashed by his, but he just wanted the best horse, and you can't knock him for that.
That makes your job a lot easier when you have an owner behind you backing you like that. Then
it does.
Has confidence in you, though.
But your judgment have to be right too. Then do you know what I mean? And I knew that Finian's Oscar before he ever ran was good, and it just so happened he proved it then on the track. Do you know what I mean? So no, he's an exceptional horse, and a sad loss Alan Potts is to the game.
Surely is. And if I was to ask you one horse to look out for who you've bought, who hasn't raced on the track yet, even if he's won a point to point, who's the most exciting one you think to look out for the season ahead?
Well, I mean, I'll give you one going forward, because I'd like to say the likes of Slade House or something, but they've won now, so everyone knows them. I bought a horse called, I'll give you two. I bought a horse called Danny Kerwin.
Yes, seen that.
He won his point to point in Lisrona. He looked awesome.
He was very impressive, wasn't he?
Very impressive, he looked. And I've just bought one called Beakstown from Willie Slattery, and he looks very special.
Those two are the two to mark down and keep an eye on them.
Next year onwards, like when you know, every horse I buy is for 18 months time. You know, the ones that I bought 8 months ago are now showing what they can do now. So you've got to keep refueling all the time. That's why it's relentless. There's no point in Finian's Oscars and all that. I bought him a year ago, and he's showing but it's the next Finian's Oscar I need to find. It's the next Dodging Bullets. It's you know, you've got to keep rolling all the time, because it is relentless, this game, and a good horse can come from anywhere.
Before I let you go, Tom, you said about Slade House. He's been brilliant. He's been a great boy for you. Yeah,
he was very good. I bought him in the festival sale last year.
He was a bit of a ballsy one, was he not?
He was a bit, to be fair, because Alan was there on the day, Alan Potts, and he was going to buy him, and he had a bad day at the races. Something didn't happen. He said, I'm going home, I'm not buying any horses. And I went, oh dear, that's that horse sorted. And Paul was there, Jamie Snowden and Colin Tizard, and I told them all, you got to buy this, and no one really stepped up and said, well, get him bought. So I went in there and I got a bit ignorant and thick as I can, and I bought him myself. I gave 260 grand for him, and thankfully it wasn't long before one of them said, yeah, I'll have him then. And Paul Nichols is annoyed he didn't buy him. He should have said it as well, but I gave them all the chance. I looked at all three of them as I was signing the docket. I said, who's having them? And Joe Tizard was standing with an owner, John Romans, and they said they'd have half of them and find someone else. I said, that's fine, yeah, you can have them.
All is good then.
Well, he's ran twice at Cheltenham and won twice at Cheltenham.
Yeah, so all is good looking forward then.
He looks a supreme novice type. Yeah. So yeah, looking forward to him.
That's good. Well, Tom, we'll go around and we'll have a look at a foal that you're interested in. And
yeah, I seen a beautiful foal by Outstrip. He's going to sell later in the afternoon, so we'll have a look at him and you can watch him sell in the ring and see if my judgment is right on price.
And hopefully you'll be the buyer.
Well, hopefully, we'll see anyway.
What are you looking for here, Tom?
Just he's a new sire, Outstrip, and just basically he's by a very good sire in Exceed and Excel, and just I'm trying to find a nice animal by a first season sire that we could turn back. Hopefully he's not one of your top stallions yet, so he's not going to cost a fortune, hopefully, but the market here today is very strong. So but he's just a quality bit of a colt that could turn into a really nice yearling. So can we just have a walk, please?
And Tom, going in, you looking at this foal, you're interested in it. Do you give yourself a number of how much, as far as you're going to go?
Yeah, you put a value on it on any horse you put it. But he's got a beautiful, easy, loose walk. He could turn into big money as a yearling now. Okay. He's the sort of horse now that could turn into big money. He has the scope. He has the action, and that's what they'll look for when we bring him back as a yearling. They need to be correct. They need to have everything going. And I'll tell you what, I love his attitude. His ears pricked the whole way there. It's just a beautiful colt.
And what else are you looking for, Tom, as they walk up and down them as foals?
Attitude and athleticism. You want to be able to. He's moving his whole shoulder there. He's really scopy. Good swing in his hips. I like him. Attitude is key with these. Ears pricked. He hasn't stopped pricking his ears.
Yeah.
He's wanting to go forward. And he's been walking for 2 days solid. That'll do you. Just stand him up there. And got good bone as well. Good strong middle to him. He's a lovely colt. That's great. Thank you very much.
And what sort of number then would you have in your head then going into the ring then with this one then?
I'd say he's probably going to make somewhere in the region of 50, 60, 70 grand. I'd say that's one. And with the market today, he might be a lot more. I don't know, but I'd give 50 or 60 grand for him now because he just has the makings. If I could get him back to a sale looking like a proper yearling, he could make proper dough.
Thank you very much indeed.